Let's talk to Mike Neville, former Metropolitan Police Detective Chief Inspector. A story came across our desk earlier about yet another Machete fight, this time on a tube station platform in full view during the day, broad daylight, of a load of actual passengers. This took place in Queensbury station at northwest London, which I think is on the I think it's on the Bakerloo line, the Jubilee line, and it's one of those that's out in the open. And these guys are just slashing away at each other with machetes. Mike, what's going on?
Well, it's absolutely out of control, isn't it, Mike? We normally associate these sort of knife attacks with dark corners in the middle of the night, and here it is. It's when people are going home from work at 5:30 in the evening. But the problem is it's every level. So you've got the police officers, the Met Police. Nearly 30–40% of all knife crime occurs in London. And so you've got the Met Police, the officers there are frightened of stopping and searching people because they're accused of racism, and the police's reaction to it is to have a stop and search charter rather than just get on with stop and search and support the officers. We need politicians and senior officers to support officers on the ground. But even if the officers actually catch these characters, and we see thousands of knives actually taken off the street by stop and search, but only 3 out of 10 people caught carrying a knife go to jail. And even if you get caught twice, you're supposed to automatically go to jail. But only 4 out of 10 of those go to jail. So it's an absolute mess from top to bottom, and it's no wonder that they can just, have these sword fights in the middle of the day.
Exactly right. I mean, supposedly ninja swords are going to be banned, right? But it's not going to happen until the 1st of August. I don't know why they're waiting until then. Wait till the summer holidays come. So it'll be really bad on the beaches, all through July. Apparently it's going to be illegal to possess, manufacture, import or sell ninja swords. Well, why can't they just do it now?
Well, the trouble is already, Mike, it's already sort of illegal to have those items. And this is all window dressing by politicians who say, well, we'll increase the penalty from 1 year to 2 years. When 2 years in prison really means 1 year, and you get released after 40% of that after about 3 or 4 months. So the whole thing is a trick. And it's a deception, really, on the public to say we're doing something. Because the trouble with knife crime, of course, you can cut off the internet, you can blunt all knives and whatever else. But if I'm so determined to stab somebody, I'll just go into the kitchen and I've got access to all manner of dreadful weapons there. And what they don't, the elephant in the room is it's young men, often young black men in London, who are committing this crime. And unless we're honest about this, we can never, ever sort it out. So rather than politicians telling us about, we've got to have all these new laws, there's enough laws to deal with every kind of knife and weapon that we ever see. We just need politicians and senior police officers to back up officers and say, look, they're doing their best. They can't help who commits crime. It's not elderly Asian ladies carrying knives around the street, so we don't stop elderly Asian ladies wandering around the street. But the police have got to be honest about things.
Absolutely right. Because these, I mean, you all know better than me. I mean, these videos, I mean, we picked on this one today. You can find one pretty much on any given day in any given part of the country. It's bad in London, but it's not the only place where it happens. I mean, I saw some footage over the weekend, I think it was, of a party that was going on somewhere. I think it might have been in East London or
It's in Elm Park, Mark. It's in Elm Park.
Elm Park, that's right. And where a load of youth sort of basically came in, and there was this huge bundle, a huge fight, went on for ages.
Well, you don't have to see. We've had, people stabbed, lads stabbed in Sheffield at school, a teacher stabbed in Wales. This is all over the place. And while people know that if you carry a knife and even if you stab somebody, you're not guaranteed to go to jail. It sends out completely the wrong message. And as I say, these judges find ways around it. The law says if you get caught twice, you go to prison. So how come only 40% of those people get locked up in jail? It's an absolute scandal.
It really is.
Just making us unsafe.
Well, the other one that was amazing to me was over the weekend, I think it was, the story from Sheffield, where 2 gangs of Eritreans were going at each other. One lot apparently in support of the government, another lot against the government, and they're fighting on the streets of Sheffield. And you kind of go, well, why don't you go back to Eritrea and fight in the streets of Eritrea?
Well, we're already fighting over Israel and Gaza here, aren't we? Now it's Eritrea, and we seem to be bringing the world's problems here, and people who are very violent, who we know nothing about, who commit these wicked acts. And the facts are, we need to be honest about these problems, especially with mass immigration. We can keep covering up the statistics. I noticed on the Home Office website, it will tell you knife crime victims by ethnicity, but it won't tell you knife crime perpetrators. And it's this sort of hiding things that just does no one any good. And we've just recently had all these figures produced, for example, that Albanians are like 20, 30, 40 times more likely to be arrested than native Britons.
Yeah.
And it's just an utter scandal. The governments have been lying to us and telling us it's no good chanting diversity is our strength
Right.
and then hiding things under a rock so that people can't see the truth. It's no good. We've got to be honest. We've got to face up to these real problems and stop accusing police officers who are trying to do a good job of racism. If police officers were racist, they would be picking all the time on elderly Asian ladies who wouldn't give them any grief.
Yeah.
But they don't pick on elderly Asian ladies because they don't do much crime at all. Why would you pick on young, fit men if you were a racist? You pick on somebody elderly who couldn't fight back. So it's a nonsense. Senior police officers and politicians need to step out and step forward and support these officers.
Absolutely. Mike, good to talk to you. Thanks very much indeed. Mike Neville, former Metropolitan Police Detective Chief Inspector.